And now, ladies and gentlemen, directly from their faces, here's Keni Mack and Jerry Huerta from KIDY Fox 10. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Appreciate getting up so early.
Oh my gosh, it's so early.
And it's going to be, you know what? And you're going to have a really long day. Listen, I'm a high school football fan. You know, my heart's awfully close to Central and Lakeview for obvious reasons.
Right?
Yes.
I want to get your feedback on Central to start out with. Coach Davis does a phenomenal job every year. Do they have a shot at another district title?
Absolutely, I think.
I think so too. Yeah.
I mean, every single year he's had a consistently successful season, especially with his offense and his defense this year. He's trying to make them quicker, faster pace. And I think he kind of makes all the right moves at all the right times.
Do they have the size to do what they need to do in that district?
I think offensive line-wise, I've seen it. They have a couple guys that are younger. I think what the thing about it is, I think good news is Permian had a strong senior class last year. They're graduated, so they're going to be starting kind of fresh, similar to what Central is doing now. So I think they have the recipe for some reason, and now they have Maverick at quarterback. I think he has all the tools to be a really good quarterback and, you know, take them back to another district title.
One of the questions I had was at running back.
I think, well, during the spring, I know Coach told me that Henry Teeter was going to be in the backfield a little bit, doing some running plays as well. So I think having him back in the backfield obviously is going to take away from the passing attack, but Jesse Scott on the other side, his speed on the other side is going to be a big thing. But doesn't mean they can't pass the ball out of the backfield to Teeter as well, and maybe also put him at receiver too. I think having him out there and then also maybe mixing some of the young guys to get them ready, they'll be okay, I think.
And Jesse Scott had a breakout scrimmage against Cooper. He scored touchdown after touchdown, and I think that was one of the more positive things I did see for Central was they struggled at first, but they came out extremely strong. It's like they knew what they were doing wrong, and they fixed it in that scrimmage. By the time the live quarter started, they were on top of it.
Defensively, having lost the guys they lost, those are some really big shoes to fill. You got Gage Smith back. He could be the emotional leader of the defense this year. What does your gut tell you about defensively?
I think the biggest thing is that the coaching staff has been doing this since Coach Davis got there. So, you know, they kind of just plug in these guys and make them better because of technique, because of, you know, knowledge of everything. And at the right time, I feel like they're going to be catching it and getting at the right moment. And during the playoffs, I think you have to watch out for them. And
really, you got to salute Coach Davis for keeping his coaching staff together, too. That could not have been an easy task. Kenny, you had a really interesting story about one of the kids from Abilene Cooper who Central scrimmaged, and I thought that was just a really, really well-done piece of work.
It was one of those things that I didn't know was going to happen. I was standing on the sideline. You know, the live quarter was about to end. All of a sudden, these kids next to me, it was actually Cooper's head coach's son. He was saying, hey, they're putting P-Dog out. They're putting P-Dog out. And I was like, okay, something's about to happen. So I grabbed my phone because my camera was like across the stadium, and I started recording it. And at the same time, I still didn't know what was going to happen. And then you just kind of get goosebumps. The crowd starts going wild. The kids next to me were so excited. And it ended up being Jonathan Presley. He's autistic. He's a senior. Coach Mabus wanted to make it a special moment for him, and both Central and Cooper came together to give him that touchdown. One of the bigger emotional pieces of it was seeing Central. I'm so proud of them. Like seeing them actually go full force, diving for this kid as he's running down the field, trying to make it as realistic as possible. And then at the end, both teams were surrounding him, giving him hugs, you know, giving him head pats on the helmet. And it was really a special moment. I'd seen videos like this in the past, never experienced it, and it was definitely one in a million.
But to have that gut feeling to capture that, not a lot of people have that, so you're to be congratulated for that. Is that video available on YouTube? Is it available on your website or anything?
Go to our West Texas Scoreboard Facebook page, and you'll see it on there. It kind of went viral. People from a media company in New York was asking me for it. Dallas-Fort Worth newspaper was asking for it. So.
She's bad. She's nationwide now.
Right?
Yeah, watch out.
That's a pretty special moment. And again, you are to be congratulated for that. Okay, let's talk about a team that's got a new head coach, the Lakeview Chiefs.
Key player of the loss, Jesse Scott. Big play guy for them last year. He's obviously at Central now. I think Nikias is going to take another step forward. I think it just takes time, obviously learning the new offense. I think they're going to be a very similar run-oriented offense with Guevara. I just think it's going to take a little bit of time for them to get used to that.
I'm not sure even Coach Guevara knows who those key guys are yet, but he really pulled a great team of assistant coaches together for those boys. I feel like with the struggle that they've had in the past few years, having a coach like Hector Guevara come in with so much passion and so much heart for those kids is really what they need. And they're buying in and they want to work hard for him.
Is there any stopping the Wall Hawks this year?
They have a lot of returners, and they're just a machine, man. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Coach Houston Guy just has it.
Yeah, he is.
There was a point in time where he had to figure out what offense to run with that team, and he found it. And from then on, they've been a juggernaut. And I guess the question is, do they have what it takes to win it all this year?
I think it's a mental thing. You can get to a certain round, but then after a while, it starts, wearing on you because you're playing all these top teams. And I think whoever can get past that mental block of, okay, I need to win this game, and I keep going. That's the biggest thing, I think. I think they can. The thing about it is Brock, every time they face Brock, it's always like, okay, are we gonna see Brock take it again? Because it's a mental thing with them as well. But last year they did beat him, and that's a good thing about that. Hopefully that can continue because it wasn't just in football. They beat him in a variety of sports, and that will help them, I think. As people that cover them, we would like to see that because then we get to witness it all.
TLCA now. Where are the Eagles going to end up?
Yeah, I think, they have a new coach now, Brent Ryder, and I think it's starting fresh. But I think when you start fresh, and you get someone new in there, you get a new philosophy, and then the kids can start buying in, just like what they do at Lakeview. They can start buying in and then change the culture, change the atmosphere of the program. And I think anytime you can have someone new, that's going to help you and maybe put some new energy in the program.
That's with so many of the schools, though, in this area, with Grape Creek, Brady, TLCA, and Lakeview, you get these new coaches. It takes maybe a couple years. It's not going to be overnight. But if you get the right coach in there, you can definitely make some changes.
Well, if you can get the right coach and you can get the right group of personnel, not just from a physical and talent standpoint, but from a mental standpoint, what's your dark horse for this season?
I think Reagan County, honestly, out of all areas teams, I think Reagan County has a shot at doing something. Obviously, the juggernaut Sonora's back there in the same district. That's going to be tough. But I think with the Sonora coaches that are actually in Reagan County now, they have that winning mindset and they're taking it to Reagan County. And I think that could be something. The Owls could be a team to worry about this year, I think.
Mm-hmm. I could agree with that.
Yeah.
The series that you have talking about Sonora, it's called 11. Tell me about that and how that came about.
Well, it's a thing where we're trying to get behind the scenes look of a team, trying to show what this team is doing behind the scenes that's making them great. And Sonora's obviously doing that. They went 4 rounds team last year, and this is a way to kind of find out what's behind it all. What's the secret behind the Sonora Broncos' success and their chase for the 6th state championship? So I think obviously it's great to see. Now we're going to have it every Friday night. I think it's going to be at 9. I'll double check on that.
It's at 9.
9, yeah.
Sonora, man, that tradition. And they kind of have a special story this year with the returning players, with Coach Cordell, with his son, Caden, and Jarrett Jackson. People who don't know West Texas football, we want you to know West Texas football because it is special. It's very special. The scene behind the scene, what's behind those Friday night lights. So that's, I think, where their angle came from.
Keni Mack, Jerry Huerta from KIDY Fox 10 Sports. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon. You're welcome anytime.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much. It's fun.